We've talked about Harley. Let's talk about the Joker. What do we think? We have a new Joker coming off the heels of Heath Ledger, Oscar-winning, performance, very iconic take on the Joker. Nobody thought anyone could follow Jack Nicholson. They did. My 2 cents on this new Joker is that he's okay, but all the stories about what Jared Leto did to his co-stars are a lot more interesting than anything Joker did in the movie.
I thought that the Joker could not be in this movie, and it would have been fine, just as bad or maybe better.
Yeah, he serves no purpose to the plot. He sort of like awkwardly cuts across the movie instead of like having a point to be in it. And even he shows up at the end to get Harley, and we're like,
I was like, why is that how you end this movie?
Who cares? The Joker, as far as his like
love
performance,
conquers all, Joshua. That's why. Even mad love.
Yeah, that's true love. His performance as the Joker, it was sort of like unsettling and creepy, but at the end, that guy who was like into Harley. And then the crazy...
It was Common.
Oh, it was Common, yeah.
What's
the
his
crazy
character's name?
Joker
Monster
thing
T.
he did to him for looking at Harley was shoot him. And it's like, what? Like, that's how you're ending this scene? Like, he never got like a, want to know how I got these scars, or like a why so serious type scene where he really got to like shine as the Joker. I feel like there's potential in, I don't think he did a bad job, but I don't think he got good material to work with.
Yeah.
And as far as the tattoos and the teeth go, I don't think that really played in. I thought we were going to get some sort of reasoning behind it all, because it
was really distract
people
me
out
from
with
it,
his
though.
teeth or something.
I thought it was just weird. At one point he drew like a mustache around
he drew a smiley
facial hair.
face.
Was that a larger?
Yeah, it was a big smiley.
Smiley face?
I did
Okay.
like
But then he's got
his
his
But then he had the
smiley
hands,
face
and I was like,
thing,
I know it was creepy and unsettling, but he never got really much to do with that.
Yeah, and I again if you're gonna, it just felt like, okay, we need to have Harley and Joker in there because they sell stuff.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, they wanted to have a Harley and Joker movie and have a Suicide Squad team movie, but the Joker constantly trying to save Harley throughout the movie, all the way to the end when it seemed like they all got what they wanted, and yet he comes and rescues her. Like, those two things didn't gel together. And they had a couple moments where the team members would leave but then come back for no good reason. And she had that moment when, like, she went out, that whole distracting scene where the Joker came to rescue her and then Amanda Waller immediately shot him down. I was like, why? And then you do that again when Amanda Waller gets picked up, and then she gets shot down. And then it's like, okay, let's have a leisurely walk to the center of the city. I thought that he should have just been cut from this movie entirely.
Or
I don't think he
been
added
made
anything.
the villain of the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, we said earlier, but if you're going to have the Joker and Harley, she can justify her inclusion on the team by being the one that understands him better than anyone. But none of that came into play. And
he works great to show, like, all the Suicide Squad, they're all bad guys. But when you compare them to the Joker, maybe they're not so bad. So that's sort of like a narrative device to get us on their side, and so that it's like, at least they're not as bad as the Joker, right? There's an animated movie, Batman Assault on Arkham, and it was like the Suicide Squad had to go into Arkham to do a mission for Amanda Waller. They bring Harley Quinn, and that's sort of like a more Harley Quinn level thing, infiltrating a prison, right? Batman is hunting them, and when they get there, the Joker's there, and of course that's a huge problem for Harley Quinn. The Joker breaks out, and they're battling Batman on one side, Joker on the other side, and then while they're trying to still complete their mission, and it ends up with this crazy like battle in the end. And it's so good, it was so cool. I really like that animated feature. And when I heard that Joker was going to be in Suicide Squad, I thought surely that's like the same direction they're going, but nope.
The worst villain in any superhero
If you want a
movie.
decent Suicide Squad
you think
movie,
the Joker is the worst
Batman
villain?
No, the worst villain they went with. In this, with Enchantress.
Oh, okay. Well, let's. But overall, do we want to see more of Jared Leto's Joker in the future, or one and done?
I mean, I think we already know we are, right? Like,
no, it's not a given.
I would see a Joker and Harley movie, and I wish that they had just saved him here for a Joker and Harley movie, but they never did. Like you said, they never did enough with him. And I think it was Eric Goldman that we had, after I saw the movie, I was the last one to see it, and I started a big group text that Joshua just observed from afar and woke up with, like, 60 texts.
Like,
I think it was Eric Goldman who said there, like, if Joker's just hanging out at a bar, why can Batman just not?
Oh, that was
come?
me.
Oh, that was
me.
you.
Yeah.
That was you.
If everyone knows he's got a nightclub and Common can go find him, why doesn't Batman just walk in and kick everyone's ass and call it a day? Like, you take for granted in other things that, well, he has a lair, but not everyone knows about it. But you're running a bar, you know, like. It's like
some people are sort of untouchable on their turf, or maybe there's like legal reasons. Like he was released from Arkham, and so he's not necessarily doing anything bad. If he's running a nightclub, you have to catch him in the act, kind of thing.
I will say for the fact
I'm
that this
pretty
is
sure a convicted murderer can't get a liquor license, but I hear you. Screw comic book logic, I get it.
But no, I think that for, again, like going back to this movie being very underdeveloped for how long it is, you know, you have this movie that's about, what, 8 or so villains around our DC EU landscape, and we don't get any sense of how villainy actually works in this world and show the other side of it.
2 hours and 10 minutes with 15 minutes of plot.
Yeah, and like an hour of flashbacks that had nothing.
And walking through Toronto, doubling for Midway City. Now,
that's what we thought about the Joker.
The Joker. The Joker. Well, let us know what you think of him. I thought Jared Leto was fine, even though he sounded a lot like Heath Ledger's Joker. But I'm curious to see what they can do next with him. I guess we're all on the same page, but.
I'd like to see him go head-to-head with Ben Affleck. You know, maybe they do that in
that
the
was
Solo
another
movie.
missed opportunity. You have Batman and Joker in your movie. Like on paper, when everything was announced early on, like, ooh, it makes sense. You reintroduce the Joker in a Suicide Squad movie where it's not, you know, where that way you don't have to compete with like Dark Knight and a Joker versus Batman movie. So it made sense when they initially announced it, but the use of that character, and then if you're going to throw Batman into, like they were that close. He's on the roof, but there's never a moment between Batman and Joker.
I think that's fine
and
to sort of like tease it, because it's like this is not the movie for that particular confrontation. But maybe I would have liked something. I do want to see them go head to head and sort of give the Joker some good material, put him in the same room as Batfleck, and then see what happens.
Also, I don't know if it was intentional that when they had all those like sticky, sweet pop-up, you know, details about all the different characters, that for Harley, for like a split second, it was like complicit in Robin's murder, and then it was immediately off the screen.
I missed that one.
It was because it was there for a split second, but it said it in the lower left. It was like complicit in Robin's murder, and I was like, "What?
Really?
Interesting.
I missed that.
Okay.
I missed that bit. Yeah.
Easter egg.
Yeah.
All right.
I got one."
Well, let us know what you thought of the Joker in the comments.